Hi everybody, day 37 of Shelter. Yesterday we tapped into your personal values and the importance of knowing what they are so that you can align who you are with your behaviors and how it is that you want to be seen by this world. And today I thought a real come alongside, seen as though personal values are found in this skill set, is intrinsic motivation. Now, what is the opposite of intrinsic motivation? Extrinsic motivation. So the one is coming from an internal source and the other is coming from an external source. So your internal source is really knowing yourself, what your strengths are, your personal values, your commitments and your goals. Whereas versus the extrinsic motivation, which is really being driven by external forces. And very often those that are driven by extrinsic motivation will find that they are really very often found at the mercy and approval of others and others' reward systems. And what happens is that when challenges start to come, the commitment is not strong enough from an extrinsic place to actually keep pulling you forward. And that is why you want to focus on the internal intrinsic motivation. So even if somebody is working within an organization, even when we start to work with shared goals and shared purpose, there must be an intrinsic motivation as to what it is that you are bringing to the party, what it is that you're doing there that actually makes your world come alive. So with that in mind, I'd like to just ask you a couple of questions this afternoon, maybe just to give you some thoughts around what intrinsic motivation is for you. And just a couple of questions around what gets you excited, what really moves your world. If you were given a platform or a footstool today, what would your message to the world be? I know what mine would be. If I was given, and I do, it doesn't matter where I am, I always talk about my passion. And that is know who you are. Because who you are is how you live, love, parent, and lead. And it doesn't matter where I go, I sing a very similar song because that's really where my heart is. And it's been my journey and it's my absolute passion to transform lives, life, and leadership. So that is what gives me energy. It gets me out of bed every morning. It gets me behind my computer and developing and doing what it is that I do. What is it for you? What breaks your heart? What consumes your thoughts? Where do you spend time in your head? What is top of mind for you? What really matters to you? What is of importance? In what circumstances do you feel most alive and full? When I think about people and we talk about intrinsic motivation, we often ask the question, what do you do in your life that you can just get yourself lost in it? You can spend hours and hours and hours a day and realize, oh my gosh, you haven't had lunch, you haven't had a cup of tea, you've just been busy doing what it is that you love to do. Where do you get lost? That's a really good indication for you of what really motivates you intrinsically. And then the last question I have for you is, what is your signature strength? You need to know what that is. So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts this evening. And we've got 3 more days of check-in, and I really hope that these times or this time together has been helpful for you. So have a superb evening, and I'll check in with you again tomorrow.